In section 4.1, we're going to work with enlargements and reductions. So looking at the first show you know question, I'm going to zoom in to just make this a little bit easier for us. So in this question, we're being asked to draw an enlargement of the star shown. And when we draw that enlargement, we need to use a scale factor of 3 or make our new image 3 times larger. So before we begin, it asks us to redraw the original on the grid to the right and then enlarge that original 3 times larger, 3 times bigger. I'm going to start by measuring some of the dimensions or values within the star. So I'm going to take a red line and just measure this vertical distance going down. I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger, a little bit easier for us to see. So going down, I can see that the length of the original star is 5. Okay. Now, again, when I use my scale factor of 3, that's like saying I'm going to multiply that by 3. So when I redraw the new star, it will have a vertical length of 15. I'm going to pull another color to measure the horizontal value going across here. And I can see when I count the number of squares that that line takes, that it's currently sitting at 4. And again, when I multiply it by my scale of factor of 3, my new value will equal 12. I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to lastly take a look at the center pieces where the two lines meet so that we can just determine how much we need to go in or out. And when I do that, I can see that we have a half here and a half here. Okay, so it's going about a half out and about a half up from those center lines. All of that's just going to help me to make sure that when I draw my image, it looks correct. So I'm going to switch now and draw my original. My original, we said, was 4 across. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 5 vertical. Okay. Now, based on how I drew it, because I drew my middle line, my horizontal line, pardon me, on an actual line, you'll notice that that means my vertical line is stopping in between two at a halfway point. Okay. It still measures a total of 5. My horizontal value still measures a total of 4. So therefore I know that I'm still looking correct. Then I'm going to make the notches to see where my sides come in. So I'm going to go about halfway up from each. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be exact, but it should be pretty close. Okay, that I'm going to go ahead and label as my original. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw my enlarged value. So again, that's going to be where we're working with that new vertical height of 15 and that new vertical height of 12. So this time I'm going to draw it similar to how we were given, where my horizontal line is in between two squares and my vertical line is actually sitting on a value. So I'm going to come in here. I want to recognize that I need to give some width, some space away from the other side, just so that I'm giving myself enough room. Just taking a moment to double check that your math's right. That's 5. Another 5. And another 5, so that's 15. Then I'm going to find the center, and again, because I chose to make this vertical line sitting on the actual line, what that means is my horizontal line is now going to be sitting in between rather than exactly. So recognizing here, this is going to be my center point, and now from here I'm going to count 12, make it 12 across, so I'll go 6 to the left and 6 to the right. Okay. Lastly, we'll be recognizing where those little notches are, where we talked originally about that half. Now, because I'll have a half multiplied by a scale factor of 3, that's like saying half multiplied by 3 over 1, which is going to leave me with 1 1/2. Okay. So I'm going to go back into my center. And what I'm saying now is I'm going to go up 1 1/2. So that's about here. I'm going to go out 1 1/2. That's about here. And then where those two lines would meet is going to be forming my corner. So again, I have the same 1 1/2 above, go 1 1/2, where those two lines meet, 1 1/2, and lastly 1 1/2. And I'm going to zoom out to just support my drawing. What's important when working with enlargements and reductions is that the whole shape is changed in a consistent and congruent way. So in this case, all of the values of each line was multiplied by a scale factor of 3. So we took the original, we multiplied it by 3, and that created our new enlargement.